What's up, Jabez?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Chilling. Couldn't ask for a better day.
Yeah. So you're from Texas, and you just recently moved to California.
Yes, sir. So, well, not recently. It was about a year ago that I moved. So, right after high school, maybe like a month, 2 months after high school, I ended up just packing up and leaving to California with my friend. Yep.
So you're just switching apartments now, or
No, 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 no. So, the first time I had my own apartment with my friend Blessif, and after that, after the year lease was done, I went straight back to Dallas for maybe about another year, and then this content house had hit me up, and I'd be staying in a content house now.
what is a content house?
A content house, so basically, it's a big house, just full of influencers, people that do the same stuff as each other, posting on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that.
Huh, that's crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did it? So is that like a rent-free deal for you then?
Uh, the content house, yes. Sometimes like you'll have a contract saying like you have to contribute with the rent, but in this case, I don't.
Huh, cool.
Yep.
Uh, so what do they get out of that then? Like they get like a cut of.
Exposure.
Hmm. So who all did you live with?
In my apartment or the content house.
Content house.
Content house. So I haven't moved in yet, so that's why I'm staying with my friend in the apartment. But it's going to be. I don't know if you know any of them. Kaylee, Sebastian, um, Nina, Rave, maybe Mar. There's all these people that might be in it, but I don't know. I don't know if you know who they are or not. So
Yeah, I don't know. So So initially, I had like Trenton Lehman on. I don't know if you know who that is. He's an influencer though,
yep.
and initially I thought like, okay, well he has a lot of followers, so be a good person to have on. He can share it or whatever. But then I thought he was really interesting though, like and I realized that influencing is actually a lot of work too. It's not just like you know. So I don't know. I became more interested in that, and I started looking around into other ones too. So you're like you seem like the original OG of like influencing.
Why do you say that?
It seems like you've been around the longest, like, or at least out of the people that I was looking at, and uh,
Yeah.
seems like you have the biggest fan base and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I've definitely been around for a minute. For well, not that long. Some people have been on this social media stuff since Vine. So maybe like 6 years plus. Like it's been a minute for them. But I would say I wouldn't say I'm OG. I did start before TikTok though. So
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
So what's been up lately? You haven't been posting very much, as I noticed. Like, I noticed there's bigger gaps now between like your last posts and stuff.
Yeah, bro. I've been just taking a break to find myself, to find what I really want in life. Um, Doing a lot of reading in books, a lot of, you know, preachers I've been listening to. Um, I've really just been, like staying like a little easy offish from like social media. When I started social media, I felt like I was portraying somebody that's um, I didn't really want to be in a sense because that guy that I was trying to be was just all looks, just about just like I it seemed like he didn't have any talent, and knowing that I do have like many talents, I wanted to show the world that I do other stuff and stuff like that. So with that, I'm taking a big break, trying to figure out even if I want to like pursue social media, um, it does pay the bills, and if I didn't do social media, I wouldn't know what I would be doing. So I'm just trying to figure out, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like growing now. Um, what kind of books are you reading? Mm.
Um, there's one book I actually finished reading. It was Let Love Have the Last Word. It's by Common, the the artist rapper. Uh, it was really good. I've been learning about what love really means. Even though I haven't really experienced like what true love is for another person, I've been trying to figure out what love is, like what love actually is. So, but the book is good. I mean, it's about common tribulations through life and like how we handles the bad things that happen through love and how we can find love. So, definitely,
And
bro.
you said you've been listening to preachers too?
Yeah, a lot of pastors. So I'm Christian. I've always been Christian, just like maybe like a lukewarm Christian. I've been really trying to follow what I speak. So I post like, sometimes I would post preachers like, quotes or some God quotes or anything like that or verses, and I would post these but not follow through them. So I would just I'm trying to work on that part too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brennan Manning, he's a really good one to listen to. I'll send you after the interview's
Okay,
over.
appreciate it. Thank you.
I actually used to, so a little bit about myself, even though anybody watching probably wouldn't be interested. I actually used to, well, I worked in a Christian boarding school, and then I worked in a church for like 2 years. So that's
Okay.
also part of what interests me about you guys, because like before, people your age, like younger people, didn't really have a voice like this, and like this is kind of a new thing, like kind of expanding y'all's voice, and you can use it for whatever you want to. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's whatever you want. So like that's also like it's a cool thing, but also it's like really it's a really kind of dangerous thing because people with some sort of power, maybe like just having some sort of audience that follow them, it's the audience is gonna do what they want, like or do what the person says, whoever they're following. And I just feel like that's kind of dangerous. Yeah, I mean, you just got to use it in the right way. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're originally from Texas. What prompted you to move to California in the first place?
Um, I wanted something different. So I have my friends that I've made over there in Dallas. They've been with me since high school, but my mom's been pushing me just to like you can't stay in Dallas the whole time that you're doing social media. Like if you want to like you know grow and start collabing with other people, maybe California's the right move. I moved out here and it was the right move, but then COVID hit, so now it's just it's kind of hard.
Yeah. How has COVID kind of impacted your last year?
Um, it definitely kept me from eating a lot because I eat a lot. I eat so much. I eat out a lot, so definitely save money. Um, Stop working out too. Yeah. Other than that, I don't really hang out with people that much. I really am to myself. So, like, it didn't really affect me when I was hanging out towards people or talking to people and stuff like that. So,
Are you an introvert then?
no, no. I'm not an introvert now.
I didn't think
I
so, but you saying that, I was like, maybe.
Yeah, no, I like doing my own thing. Like, um, I love having people around me. I like having a group. It's just like I know I can do it by myself. So, you know, type
Mhm.
of thing. So.
So yeah, you can't tell you haven't been working out. You still. So
Shit,
what's
man.
your what's your diet and exercise like when you are, because you were an athlete, right? Playing basketball, stuff like that.
Yep. Diets. I've always, never stayed with sweets. Come from a Hispanic background, so it's kind of hard. My mom always brings home flan, tres leches, like all that stuff. So it's kind of hard, but I've stayed disciplined. So my diet would probably just stick with like I love eating rice and protein. So like maybe rice, beef, chicken, anything like that, and some veggies. Um, I eat a lot of tacos, and I just really get whatever I could get my hands on, I eat, bro. And like if they have like a healthy option, I'll get that. So yeah, so like In and Out, they have a burger. You can get a protein style. Do you know what that is?
No, well, I know what In and Out is. I don't know what the protein style burger is though.
Oh, protein style burger is just it's instead of the bun, it's a lettuce wrap.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So it's not really a burger then.
I guess no, not really. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. You grew up in Texas. You're actually Vietnamese and Hispanic. That's a cool
Yep.
combo.
Yeah. My dad's on the Viet side. My mom's on the Hispanic side. She's from Spain, so.
Yeah, how did you become? How did you kind of become famous? That's kind of the obvious question. Like,
Yeah. So I started making videos sophomore year, and the first video I posted was maybe it was a rap video. So I don't know if you were on social media back then, like how
yeah,
it was,
probably
but
mostly Facebook though.
okay. Were they posting like 10 toes down challenges and like the R&B instrumentals, and they would
I
rap
don't
to
think
it?
so.
No. So back then on Instagram, it was a really big thing to put on like an instrumental, maybe like a So Sick instrumental or like a 10 toes down instrumental, and you would just freestyle and rap to it. That was a really big thing, and people were posting it like every single day. So I posted my first video and it did good, and then kept going with that, got me to 50K, and then I started dancing, and then dancing really it changed everything. So yeah.
Did you intend to get famous, or you're just like, I'm just
You
putting this
know,
stuff out?
my friend, my best friend, Jiggy Green, he's the one who made me get into social media. So before I was just like, I was kind of using the platform just to get with females, just to, like meet people around school, stuff like that. And he's like, "Nah, bro, like, you can make money on YouTube. You can do this and that and da 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 da." And he started showing me YouTubers and influencers, and I was like, okay, I kind of like this. So honestly, he's the one who put me on. And yeah, after I met him and we started doing videos together, it was intent to start getting famous. So
Yeah, so he's like your lifelong friend then. Like I have seen him in some of your stuff.
yeah, that's my brother. Yeah.
So you play guitar too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Is that the only instrument you play, or do you play anything else?
I used to play the trombone. The trombone I used to play. Um, yeah, that's pretty much all. Just guitar and trombone. But the trombone was kind of like a forceful thing, so yeah.
Yeah, I tried playing the trumpet for like a year. I understand.
Yeah.
That should be your next YouTube video. You try to pick back up the trombone and see if
That
you
would
can
be
get it.
that would be dope. I would actually do that. Yeah.
So yeah, you still play the guitar though, right?
Yeah, I play it every day, trying to get better at it. I also produce beats now, so if you need a beat, if you rap, I don't know, but I got you.
Yeah. But when was it that you really became famous? You're 19 now, so
What would you consider famous?
I don't know. Now that I think of it, like you're at 1 million followers, and like, yeah, I don't know where. When would you consider being famous? Like, I guess when you start becoming noticed outside, like in public,
Yeah.
people start yelling at
Yeah.
you and stuff.
That's when I would consider it. So that was probably around like when I had like 300K, because I was growing like 50,000 followers a day, and it was just happening all so fast. So maybe like junior year, I started becoming like a hit, because I'd go to the mall, people would run up, "Hey, can I take a picture?" And it'd be after like person after person after person. So yeah, around junior year.
So you kind of talk about everything like online. You talk about virginity, breakups, showing your mom your first tattoo. Like,
Yeah.
what do you ever like? up until now, like, did you ever feel like you just need to turn off your phone and stuff and like shut everything down and be away from people and stuff like? Because it seems like you kind of live in a fishbowl. Like everybody sees everything that you do, you know?
Yeah. You know, it's not really like that bad. I'm saying it's not really that bad because after you stop kind of being active, people kind of like forget about you, kind of. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like I'm not irrelevant, but I'm not relevant either. So it's just like, um, it came to this point where I'm like 19 now, and I don't get noticed as much. So like, there's no need to like shut off my phone or do any of that. But my other cell phone that I have two phones. It did get leaked, so I had to grab. That's why I got a second phone, because my phone did get leaked, and it was just crazy. Yeah.
So you had people flooding you with texts and calls and
Yep.
stuff.
Yep. It was bad. Horrible.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, what's the funniest thing you've done on YouTube so far?
The funniest? Um, the funniest thing.
I like the recent one you did where you were drinking every time you said "and."
Oh, bro, that was horrible. That was so bad. That was the worst thing I've ever did. I would say that was fun for like the first 6 shots, and then after like the 6th shot, I was out of it. But I think the funnest one would probably be so I did a what's in the box with real animals like like snakes, hedgehogs, all that stuff, and I thought it was the funniest. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's something your followers don't know about you? Because it seems like they kind of know everything.
Um, what I could do, what I'm capable of. I think that's what that they don't know. I'm just waiting for the right time.
Yeah. So what is some of that? Because you mentioned earlier, like you have talents, like you're not just pretty. Like, what are some of those talents that you want to expand on?
Yeah, I want to start. So I don't know if you know who AMP is on YouTube.
Not quite sure.
So it's kind of like a group guy YouTube channel, and it shows like how talented they are. Some they do everything basically. I low key want to start posting about I want to start doing basketball videos, start doing I play a lot of sports. I play golf, baseball, football, basketball. My dad made me when I was growing up, so I just had to play them. But I want to start showing. I want to kind of like do like a Dude Perfect type of thing, but funny version. Like I want to start doing funnier content with sports, and then I also want to show people what music I can make. So yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna start getting into music. Um, I'm already making my own beats and stuff, so it's gonna. So I think it's gonna all play together, for sure.
Yeah. So I know, like, I've seen stuff about your mom and your brother. Like, I haven't heard anything about your dad. How big is your family? Like, do you have a big family or a small family?
Um, I got a medium-ish family, but they're all spread it out everywhere. Mostly in Texas, though. So on the El Paso side is where my dad's family is, and then my mom's side is over here in Dallas, and then some in the middle, in between like Midland area and all that. So, but
Cool.
most of my family El Paso. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a YouTube award for 100,000 subscribers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It came late. It came super late in the mail. Maybe like 2 years afterwards.
That's crazy.
Because I've never ordered it. I hit 100,000, I think, like sophomore year, and then I didn't ask for it, or I didn't request for one until 2 years
Oh,
afterwards. So, yeah.
I didn't know you had to order it.
Oh yeah, you have to request. You have to request for it. Yeah. But
Is there any more past 100,000 that you can get?
so it goes 100,000, a million, and then I think it goes 10 million. So each of those you'll get a reward. So,
So
but
So you're going for the million next?
I am. I think I'm gonna. I gotta see what's going on with California, because once I figure out where I'm gonna live permanently, like either if it's Dallas or California, um, that's where I'm gonna start getting to work at. So definitely.
Yeah. So what all kind of work goes into being an influencer? You've been doing it for like 2 years now.
Um, you have to think about the people who follow you. Um, you also got to think about your happiness. So people say it's just like making videos, and it's just propping up the phone, dancing in front of the phone, but it's really not. What it is just like there's time that goes into it, because I think if you're a perfectionist, or if you want something to just to look good, the video is not going to be taken in one shot. It's going to be taken in multiple, and you got to find the sounds that you have to make. You have to, you know, people crave videos, so it's not like you can post one day and then you're done. You got to keep posting, like maybe like 3 times a day on TikTok, once maybe like 3 times a week on YouTube, um, every other day on Instagram. Like there's a lot to like worry about when it comes to social media. So and not just posting it, but like making sure that people like the posts. So definitely, and like TikToks just became so toxic with like comments. All it is comments now. So like with that, it's just also like something to carry on your back. So
Like people making negative comments about you.
that's all it is. That's all it is on TikTok. It's not with just me, but like I see even other bigger influencers just like get shit. Like people, I don't know, they just talk smack. Like I feel like some people just make profiles to talk smack. Like so for yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So it seems like that'd be influencing would be a good way to transition into acting, modeling, singing like you, because you already kind of have a brand built now.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing about social media. Once you have like your set ground, you have people that want to follow what you do, you're set. That's really the hardest part, is just like getting started with social media, is just having a fan base. So once you have that, you can really do whatever you want.
Yeah. How do you know, like, how do you know who are your real friends and then people that just want to be in your videos and be famous and stuff?
You could definitely tell by their energy. So like, um, I don't know if other people can tell, but I could tell when someone's really genuine. It's my intuition. I could really tell if someone's really, trying to be in back of my camera, or is actually trying to help me out. So, you said, how can you tell? So, I would say like they're not too eager to get in the camera. They're actually willing to help you when it comes to hard times, and not just like dipping when you need them the most. So I think it's really just like being trustworthy and committed. So definitely.
Yeah. So, what did your friends before you became famous? What did they start? What did they think about that when they can't get any time with you? Everybody's trying to swarm you everywhere y'all go.
Uh, they definitely thought it was crazy. They still got some of the piece of that stuff too, though. So when they were with me, they kind of like people would ask them for pictures also. So they kind of felt like the same level as me, to be honest. So it's
What
pretty
did your
cool.
family think of it? Like, did they like at first? How weird was that?
My mom was against it. My mom was like, "No, you're not gonna do this. You got to go to college. You got to start making your money." And then, just got to a point where like I did my first promotion. She saw the money come in. She was like, "Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, you can do it. You can do it." And then she started like kind of managing me a little bit. So, yeah. And
Yeah.
that's all.
What?
That's all who got it. That's the only person I got to worry about when it comes to like, me making good decisions. So yeah.
Yeah. So she's like the most important person in your life.
Yeah, no, definitely. She's the only one that's stuck with us for like since I was born. So definitely.
So let's see. Yeah, so I ask everybody this just because I'm interested in travel. Like, where's some places you've been?
Um, See, I'm not interested in that aspect. I've
Well,
been to California, Texas, Oklahoma.
see, I
Nowhere.
kind of figured travel, you're being an influencer, kind of opened up some opportunities for you to go some places.
Yeah, it did. So I've traveled in 27 different states, but like I've never been out of the country, and I've always wanted to travel out the country. Um, yeah, I've been just everywhere around the United States because I went on tour, but nothing really like stood out to me. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, what's up?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say like I've only been out of the U.S. once. I still find the U.S. interesting, and like my grandparents would always say like, well, you have to be careful about the water, and other places don't drink
Mhm.
water outside the U.S. and like all this stuff that kind of like freaked me out, and so I'm like, I think I'll just hang out in the U.S.
Yeah, no, definitely. And everything that's going on, I don't think we could fly out of the country anyways, to be honest. So,
But yeah, so your favorite place that you've been outside of, or favorite place you've traveled is Oklahoma?
no, definitely not. Maybe in New Mexico they have this place called Red River. Um, I had just went snowboarding there. I had just went snowboarding there maybe like 2 weeks ago. Beautiful, gorgeous. They have like the biggest like mountain slopes. It's like snowboard down. It's really dope.
So, what big opportunities has influencing opened you up to? I know you have some things that you've done commercials for online or on social media, like Redline, Bang, Curology.
hmm
Like, have you done anything for anybody else?
Um,
Those are like the main three, right?
yeah, I've done brat shows. But that's probably those are the main three.
Oh yeah, the Bratz thing. What was that?
It's like kind of like a Nickelodeon, but for like YouTube. Um, it was just a show that I got invited to, and I was kind of like the special guest on the TV series. So it's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's cool. Um, how did those deals come about with Bang and Curology and Redline? Did they just like message you on Instagram, or like how did that happen?
So I had a manager that had hit them up, and well, they had hit me up first through the DMs, and then I had a manager who hit them up through the email saying that he represents me, da 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 da, and it's really just if they want to work with you, and so they wanted to work with me. I got the contract, and that's how Bane came, and then Curology, all that stuff. It was just the same way. You just hit them up through the emails, or they'll hit you up through the DMs. So
And I'm guessing you actually used it before you did the commercials for it.
yeah, I did Curology, and I drank some Bang. Um, but yeah, I kind of still use Curology. Like I still get the shipments in. I start using them. They send a white little like medicine capsule, and then a cleanser, and then a moisturizer. I only use the cleanser and the moisturizer though. So
Yeah, they must work pretty good if you're using them because that's kind of important, that you don't have that since you're influencing and everything.
yeah, I used to have actually like really bad acne, like super bad acne. I'm talking like just I don't know, just the worst. I was scared to hide. Like I was scared to show my face in public. That's how bad it was. Um, but then I started using not Curology. I started using what was it called? Accutane first, and then it was Curology. Accutane dries out your skin, so everything that's on your face will just dry out also. So it
Yeah.
was pretty good.
Is that the only stuff that you use now?
Um, yeah, basically, to be honest.
Do you still have a management team?
Um, I'm kind of lonesome right now. I do have a couple people that want to sign me. It's just I don't know. I've had past turbulations with past managements, so it's just yeah.
What kind of problems have you had with them? Unless you don't want to talk about that, then we can just skip right over that.
Uh, I can say one thing. Maybe just like miscommunication. Wasn't like we weren't on the same page. I could just say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So being an influencer is interesting because like a lot of times it seems like you guys kind of just post something like you said, and then it just kind of starts picking up and picking up. So it's almost like you don't choose them, like your followers kind of choose you. So it seems like kind of a unique relationship that kind of breeds a lot of loyalty, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. That's when fandoms start coming in. So when fandoms start coming in, those are the people who actually like start like putting your name out there every single day and start like those are just like the die one like fans like um yeah, I think a lot of trust comes into it and a lot of like um whatchamacallit, it's just like whatever you choose to pick, that's what it is. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of like I don't know, we're kind of the snack in the vending machine, and the consumer comes and just chooses what they want kind of because like it's appealing, so it's kind of like that. So
Do you have you kind of become friends with any of your fans?
yeah, so there's actually a couple who are actually really dope. So I actually answer my fans. There's some that I've played basketball with, um, did activities with, just chilling with them, and some of them are actually pretty dope. Like, um, there's this kid who I met at the gym because he went up to me. He was like, "Are you Jabez?" Da, 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 da. I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And he was like, "Yeah, but you try to play 1-on-1, be in my YouTube channel. I'll play 1-on-1 for my YouTube channel." And I was like, "For sure." Of course, I had to, uh, you know, mess them up a little bit on the court, but yeah, no, there's some that are really cool. I didn't expect to have boy fans, but I do. So
Yeah. Do you have a lot of guy friends too, or not not friends, fans, or not so much?
um, I have a little bit. I think it's like 20% out of like the 80% that follow me. So, but there's still some there, so it's good.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yep.
Um, so I think the first person I can think of that kind of rose through like social media was like Justin Bieber because he was like he started posting his stuff on YouTube and then it just kind of took off from there. Like he had a lot of negative experiences. Like, have you had some negative experiences with fans too?
Um,
Toxic fans.
I would say maybe like a couple, but it'd probably be like to just brush off like, oh, like you're that type of person. Yeah, let me just walk away. I haven't
So
really had like something super serious. Yeah.
overall positive then. Yeah.
Yeah, overall positive. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Some of them are very bold, very brave and bold. Yeah, I could tell you that. Definitely.
I feel like there's a story there.
There's like a couple of stories there actually. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know how PG-13 is
It
like.
Go ahead, shoot.
Okay. So on tour, right? I'm on tour with my friend Blessive. So how tour works is we get stops in each state, maybe like 2 or 3 stops, maybe one stop in one state, um, and we end up just going to the same restaurant every state. There was this one restaurant that we went to where we just stood there and we wait for the people to come through just to say hi to us, take a picture, and then they leave. Um, there's this one girl I had. I don't know if she's a fan or if she was just trying to look for a boyfriend or anything. I do not know. But so she walked up to me from the line, and we took our pictures and stuff. And she gave me like a little Giphy bag, and she kind of gave me a hug and whispered in my ear, and she was kind of like, "Check in the bag." Like she said, "Check in the bag," and I was like, "Right now?" And she was like, "Yeah." And so I kind of looked in the bag, and there was underwear. Yeah, there was underwear. I don't know how old the girl was. I do not know. I looked at it, closed it, put it back on the ground. I was like, "Oh, thank you." Gave her a hug, and then just went on. Afterwards, I had to throw them away, throw the whole bag away. So it was definitely crazy. Never seen anything like that. So
That's funny. What are some other gifts you got? Like fun gifts or the best gifts, most expensive? What are some that stick out to you?
yeah. Oh, I had this really big poster. I still have it. It's hung up on my wall. I'm pretty sure she painted the whole thing, but it was. It showed all my credentials. Just me in the middle is without a face, I think, and it was just a really dope like art that someone had made. Also, there was someone else who made like a really nice portrait of my face, just like perfect. Like the details were there. Um, Most of the like gifts that I got were probably just art. I had some basketball stuff, but the arts were probably the best gifts I probably had, to be honest.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what are some things that you've learned over through this experience the last few years, like wisdom that you've picked up?
I've learned to be patient. Definitely be patient. You know, if something's not meant for you, like it'll be played out for you. So like, I don't know, like you can't really just force something that you truly want. Like when it comes to I don't know finding a girl, or when it comes to you know a relationship that you want, it's just you can't really force anything like that. You got to stay patient, and you got to stay mindful of like the other person's like emotions and their thoughts. So definitely, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some people in comments and things like that on YouTube and other places. They say things like "you're the role model," stuff like that. What does that kind of mean to you when you hear stuff like that?
um I kind of I'm grateful for it, but I kind of don't want to be seen as like a role model. um I So like I said, this falls back on my Christian wave. um I kind of don't want to be idolized. I don't want to do any of that. I'm just here to kind of like entertain people and like give them a message. So um i feel I feel thankful for it. It's just not a compliment that I would want.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. So, what is some advice you would give young Jabez before your fame kicked off?
damn, I would tell myself, stay true to who you are, and I would say post whatever you want, because I was kind of restricted on what I was posting, because I thought like only girls like me with my shirt off, or something like that. So I would say, Jay, just post whatever you want.
Like, what kind of stuff did you kind of think about, and then you're like, "Ah, no, let's not do that."
Um, like before then, or what do you mean?
Well, you said there's some things that you just wouldn't post because, like, you didn't think girls would be interested in it and stuff like that.
Um, so like sports, or like I kind of like draw. I write poems. I didn't think stuff like that would be people's of interest. So yeah,
Yeah, so more personal stuff, like stuff
yeah.
that's kind of about your interest and everything.
Yep, and it has to do with my creativity. So yeah.
Why did you think they wouldn't like that for?
The way social media works, it just seems like people like either you have to be mad good at whatever you do, which is rap, dance, or play an instrument or sing, or even just look good. If you don't have any of those and you're not like super duper talented, people aren't going to be interested. That's the persona I got from doing social media and stuff. So yeah.
So, I saw. I kind of. I do research before I do interviews, and it's just kind of like going through as much stuff as I can before I before I do these.
Hmm.
I saw a post. It was like on your Instagram, and it kind of surprised me because it was different than like the rest of them. It was like a police officer pointing a gun at like a kid. Do you
Okay,
remember?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was during the Black Lives Matters rallies and things like that. Is that
Hmm.
something that kind of caught your heart a little bit, your attention during the summer? Like, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I posted it for a reason. I'm not posting it just to post it. I kind of grew up in a spot where, all that was around me was, African American people. Uh, my first best friend, African American. Like all the friends that I've made were just African American, and like just seeing like that my friends are like, putting like myself in their perspective, like seeing like what they're seeing, and like seeing like what they're going through, it kind of sucks. I can't really do anything about it, but then again, I can because I got a platform. So just I'm just thinking about other people when it comes to that. So yeah, it definitely means something to me for sure.
Yeah, have you seen things like racism and stuff since you do have a lot of friends that
I do. I definitely do. Even back when I was 12, I used to live in these apartments, and I could just see like how bad, like the situation actually was. Like I never really saw it back then, but like looking back and like making like just like making sense of it, it it's crazy.
is that something that I mean you're a person of color too? Is that something that you've experienced yourself?
No. I mean, me being Hispanic, that's really like where I would probably get like my most criticism at. Um, I would say I haven't been like, like attacked like that. Not in that way. So no, I can't say that, but I have seen it. So
Yeah.
definitely.
So I'll do a few more surface layer type things questions now. So dream car, if you can pick one.
Hmm. I drove a Hellcat, and those are pretty badass. So I probably maybe a Hellcat. Yeah, definitely a Hellcat or a Demon. Yeah, one of those two cars. Nothing. I wouldn't say like a Bugatti or a Lamborghini just because that's probably everybody's pick. So Hellcat or a Demon. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many pairs of shoes are you up to now? 'Cause you did a video a while back, but it's been a while since that one.
Yeah, I haven't really been focusing on shoes, but I've got a couple more pairs. Maybe I probably added like 10 more pairs to the stack. But I'm definitely gonna get to a point where I'm like, when I have enough money to like, just buy whatever I want, I'm definitely gonna get like, I'm gonna try to hit like 100 pairs of shoes. So something like that.
Yeah. So what kind of music are you into right now? Songs and artists? Like before you answer, like know that I won't know any of them. I'm not cool enough to.
Okay. No, you're fine. Um, the question was, what kind of artist do I like?
Yeah, the music you're into now, some singers, some songs.
I got you. Listen to a lot of Giveon. No, you ever heard of Giveon?
No.
Okay, cool. Giveon. I've been listening to a lot of Ji. Uh, I've always stuck with P&B Rock. I like the way he sounds. Um, there's this upcoming girl, well, she's kind of had some like a taste of fame, but her name's Chica. It's a girl rapper. She's really dope. You should check her out. Um, and yeah, who else? Can't really think of anybody else. I know there's more. It's just I can't really think of them, but those are probably the ones I've listened to so far. I really want to get into Christian rappers too. So
Lecrae.
yeah, so something like that.
That's the one that I think of off the top of my head, just because he's been around forever.
Yeah, no, for sure, definitely.
Yeah. So your hair changed. That's a big thing. Your hair's not curly anymore.
Yeah.
So it's naturally straight, right?
Yep. Naturally straight. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I think I'm gonna grow it out super long, like super duper long, and I'm gonna see if I can put it in a bun or something. So
Yeah, so you said you didn't want it to be curly anymore just because you had to go through that whole process all the time. Like, what was that process like? Like, how difficult is it to make it look like it used to?
it's not difficult at all. You just let it grow out and actually you just perm it. But um, I wanted people to like me for who I was. It wasn't just the process. Um, I wanted to kind of be natural and not people be like, "Oh, I like you for your curly hair." Da, 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 da. You know, it's kind of what I want. Like, it's not like, yeah, I'm not gonna like change my, you know, my physical appearance just because someone wants me to.
You
So
had people that were more a fan of your hair than of you.
yeah, no, that's facts. Yeah, I was like, damn, like you like my hair more than me. Yeah, that's crazy. So I had to just cut it off and go bald.
Or
Yeah.
would you ever go back to the curly or not?
You know, I've been thinking about it. Um, if I do that, I know like the same people are gonna come back and like, you know, like, oh, you're cute again. Da, 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 da. Like, yeah, they're really gonna say stuff like that. So I've just been thinking about it, but I don't know yet.
Has that been a real struggle for you, like over time, like kind of caring too much about your looks or whatever, and kind of letting that get to you?
Yeah. So when I was younger, maybe like I don't know, maybe high school time, I would always care about my appearance, like you know what I thought about my hair, my face, you know, just everything, just physical appearance. Um, I've learned to like love who I am, so that's why I went back to like natural curly hair. I mean, natural straight hair, and yeah, I just you gotta like love yourself before you start, you know, doing other like options and you know start doing other stuff. So definitely.
Yeah, and you had like all these people kind of, a lot of people have that kind of problem or whatever, and then you have, but they don't have what you had, which was like all these other people kind of validating that too, being like, oh yeah, it is, and like
Hmm.
kind of making you kind of putting pressure on you too to look like that too.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's facts. I promise you, like when I start getting active again, that's all the comments are gonna be. I promise you, it's gonna be. Did he have curly hair? Did he have curly hair? Oh wait, is this naturally straight hair? It's just all gonna be that. That's all it is gonna be. I know for a fact. So yeah.
So you mentioned a weird kind of interaction with a fan before. Did they seem so? This is something that has like I talked to a pro wrestler. He told me that he had this, and Trent Lehman did too. That he gets weird messages in his DMs sometimes, asking him
Yeah,
like sexual stuff, and they're like, ah.
yeah. You know, I've actually had like an older woman. This was recent actually. I screenshotted it and everything. So she had hit me up like with a big ass paragraph, filled like the whole screen up. She was just talking about how, hello, my name is da da da. Um, I'm here looking for a partner that that I can please and I can touch and give a shower to, and you know, I'll give you free rent. You can stay at my house, and you know all this stuff. And she said that she'll like compensate me with money, and it'll just be like one time a week or something. I don't know, but she just wanted to shower me, and I ended up screenshotting it and you know asking people, you know, should I do this? Is this the move? And no, I would never do that. But yeah, I did definitely get some of those DMs. It's weird.
It's hilarious that they feel comfortable sending. I
Yeah,
guess the anonymity, like they know they're not gonna otherwise meet you anyway, so might as well take a shot at it.
yeah, exactly. You'd be very surprised though. There's some people who'd be saying yes for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So how many showers have you let her give you? Some. No, I'm just so, what? Just kind of personal stuff. Like, what's some of your favorite movies?
I like Stomp the Yard. Uh, there's one that I just watched recently. It was a really deep movie. I think it's Life as We Know It. I think that's what it's called. I really like chick flicks. I think chick flicks are like one of like my top genres for sure. You don't get that a lot from a guy, but yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, it comes in handy to like actually enjoy those things.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
it
not like
does. Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah,
favorite shows like on Netflix or whatever.
I used to watch the 100, Cobra Kai. They just came out with a new season. Oh my goodness, I haven't watched the new season yet, but I'm probably gonna start watching it after this. So, but for sure.
Yeah, I love Cobra Kai. I've already watched that whole the third season.
Really?
Yeah, and it's just as good as the first two seasons too.
Really?
Like it's crazy. I love that show.
Damn. Yeah. Don't spoil it for me. But if it's as good as the first two, yeah, then
Yeah,
I'm
it's
definitely
just
gonna
as
watch
good
it.
as them.
Okay, cool.
And
Definitely.
they've already renewed it for a fourth season too.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh wow. Is there a lot of like fighting scenes in the third season?
Yeah, just as much as in the first two. Yeah,
Okay, I got you. That's what's up. Okay, yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's just as good as the first two. I can't really pick one that I like the best. But
Mm.
yeah. What's the coolest photo shoot that you've done? Like with Trent, he told me about one that. Well, he told me about a few, but one that he did in like front of this really badass car and stuff. Like, what's some of the coolest ones you've done?
Probably. Um, there was one that I did at Venice, and the only reason it was cool is because it was maybe like a day after Kobe died, and um, the sunset. I promise you, like it covered like the whole sky. I'm not talking about just like a little strip like that's in front of you. I'm talking about the sky above you, everywhere. It showed like yellow and purple. So like those were his colors for like the team, and it was pretty dope. I got to make some videos in that and got to embrace into like just like the sunset. I feel like it was just Kobe's like colors, like Kobe sunset. It was really dope.
Yeah, Kobe's death was kind of a big deal to you. I saw a post about that too.
Yeah, I definitely cried. Yeah, definitely. All I've known since I was little, basketball. Um, that was my happiness. That's all I did. When I got after school, right after school, go straight to the courts. I used to go. I just did so much for basketball, bro. Like, it was just my passion. So when that happened, I heard about that. It was just like basketball, like a big chunk of basketball just left. So, yeah.
What's some of your favorite pranks that you've pulled and like on YouTube and stuff like that? I see some of them.
Um, I've made my friend eat some cat food. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Um, so
How did you make him eat it?
well, it was kind of like a drink, like I guess like catnip. No, it was like a cat. I don't know. It was meant for cats, but like it was like a drink for cats. So I'd put it in this drink that looks just like the drink that was in the can for the cat, and it was called horchata. Have you heard of chata before? Horchata?
No.
It's like a Mexican like cinnamon milky drink. So I put all that stuff in the drink, and then I put some horchata in it, and then I gave it to him, and he started drinking it. Like he started liking it, and then at the end of the video, I told him that it was cat milk. And he was pretty pissed, pretty mad. Yeah.
Um, this is um, what's you did a lot of dances. That's kind of how you became famous. What's your favorite dance?
There was this one where it was to I think it was to Slump God Ski Mask. I think it was a Ski Mask song. Um, he said, I don't know if have you heard that sound that went like, let's make a deal, Rumpelstiltskin. She wanna see my purple pickle up in the wind. Okay, you never seen that?
Yeah, I'm not cool enough for that to know your
So
music.
no, you're good, man. It was just that little snippet, and it did pretty good, and that was probably one of my favorite dances because we got a choreo. Me and my friend like got to like make the whole like dance up, and people actually liked it, so it was pretty cool.
Cool. So, you mentioned in one of your videos that people ask you kind of like what your plans are. You said basketball and YouTube. What are some of your more like long-term plans, like over the next year, 2 or 3?
I want to live life. I want to, like I keep saying I don't want to worry about social media, but I just know it's gonna play a part. So I just want to like stay consistent with social media, but also just like be able to travel everywhere I want to, experience things that people don't really get to experience. So definitely.
Yeah, is college something you're thinking about, or nah?
No, I don't think I'm gonna go to college. I don't think it's an option for me, but I don't think it's an option in my mind. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like with what you have, you already kind of have an advantage anyway that some people go to college to get, you know. So
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody just does what they need to do just for money. They just do it, money is the root of, all things. You want a car, you need money. You want food, you need money. So I think, going to school or doing social media, you can get money either way. So I don't see anything wrong with not going to college. So
I didn't either, and I
yeah.
ended up being the what was it, Christian education director at that church. So I was like,
Yeah, really.
okay.
How'd you like that?
It was interesting. It was like a lot of old people at that church, so I wasn't quite used to it. And they're a lot more conservative than I am, so
Mm-hmm.
it was okay. It was
Okay.
it gave me some free time to travel and stuff, and it paid well, and I liked some of the people there and stuff. So it was a mixed bag. It was okay.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, so faith is kind of big for you. Who are some of your kind of spiritual influences in your life, and yeah, and you actually have a prayer of Jabez as your tattoo, right?
Yep. On the side of my ribs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would say there's this guy named Tyler who's, showed me like what it really means to be a disciple, showed me what it really means to, follow my word and, trust in God. My mom's played a big role in, me just like knowing who God is. As a kid, like she'd always take me to the church, tell me that, you know, like this is it. This is all you need to know, Jabez. Like for life, like make sure you always keep this in your head and in your heart. Um, and that's pretty much. I have another pastor, but really just my mom and this guy named Tyler. Um, so yeah, definitely.
Cool. Yeah. So let's see. You got your Instagram, Jabezville. What other social media do you have? You have your TikTok. Is it the same, Jabezville?
Uh, TikTok is just Jabez.
Oh,
Jabezville.
just Jabez.
Yep.
Cool. Anything else that you want to plug before you go?
Um, Thank you for having me on the show, man. Thank you for asking me all these questions, and nice meeting you, by the way. Also, first time meeting you. So, if you ever need anything else, just hit me up, bro, and I got you.